Hello, I'm Eric Dewey Hoffman, lay leader here at La Mesa First. Today we have the final installment of our church's history covering the years 1995 to 2020. We began our 100th anniversary in November 1995 with the City of La Mesa proclamation declaring November First United Methodist Church Month in La Mesa, and the start of a year-long centennial art celebration for the Education and Worship and Arts Committees. We had guest storytellers, art classes, exhibits, and concerts. Noah's Flood, a one-act opera by Benjamin Britten, was performed by our adult and children's choirs under the direction of Stephen Sturt, with costumes by the Susanna Circle and Derek Wilton as the voice of God. It's the story of Noah and the flood from the book of Genesis. But when it comes to floods, especially the subterranean kind, our church stands out from the rest. From the time the sanctuary was built in 1955, the basement area below had been the location of our church offices, meeting rooms, choir room, print room, pastor's offices, and custodial storage. However, periodic water seepage in the basement became a nuisance over the years. Flooding became a semi-annual occurrence, forcing us to finally relocate above ground during Reverend Albert Kim's tenure as our pastor. Then, after we had just moved to the second floor of the social hall building, we were in the process of replacing the roof and adding solar panels to the social hall and education building, only to have a freak rainstorm hit. The roof was off and everything was exposed. This created even more water damage for our church buildings, this time in the Old Testament way, from above. And yet we didn't give up. We cleaned up, rebuilt, and moved forward as we've always done. As in every decade preceding this one, Sunday worship, committees, and small groups were at the heart of our church. In the late 1990s, Reverend Jim Seaton became our pastor and introduced the congregation to the Companions in Christ series, a 28-week intensive course that studied the Bible. Many in our congregation took part in this course. We had a strong children's choir under the direction of Kristen Korb, then Rosie Dawn Selwitz, and Stephanie Draper, all talented performers and leaders, and the handbell choir, led by Joanne Martin, and later Flo Conrad, rang out for many years. The Peace with Justice Ministry, led by Bill and Ethel Hawks, worked for peace in Iraq and Afghanistan, on global warming, and the ecumenical dimensions of our faith. They also suggested and purchased books for the congregation to read, such as United Methodism at Risk, which cited the possibility of an extremely conservative takeover of important policy groups in the 2004 General Conference. The Guatemala team continued projects in Chichicastenango to support the local community and offer our congregation exposure to a different culture and people. For many years, our housing ministry helped over 100 families move into apartments and homes. Prayers and Squares has been making quilts for people facing health challenges for years. I have one of my own made by Beverly Mugg from my cancer treatment in 2020. Days for Girls started and continues to make hygiene kits for girls in foreign countries. Fresh Start, a homeless ministry that still operates today, serves approximately 150 people each month. Many pastors addressed LGBTQ issues regarding weddings and clergy, both in sermons and in other places. In 2008, Jim Seaton wrote an article for the Union Tribune titled A Quiet Reflection on these issues. The Labyrinth, dedicated in 2006, was the first major reimagining of the space since it was used as the patio at the entrance to our church in 1921. The site now hosts meditation sessions, rummage sales, and is a bike-to-work day stop. During election times, we have hosted candidate forums, so our congregation and the surrounding community can meet the people running for office and become familiar with the issues we face in La Mesa, California, and our nation. Our church tower is a significant architectural detail unmatched by any other church in downtown La Mesa. It has a cell tower hidden inside, which has been a source of income for our church. As in every decade previous, the United Methodist Women continue to be a force in our church, supporting local missions such as Neighborhood House in Calexico and New Entra Casa. They also had up to 5 circles meeting monthly, as well as a weekly circle that met on Sunday morning. 2020 brought us the COVID pandemic. Many of us spent time discussing the best way to protect our church members, continue worship, and keep our profile high in La Mesa. With encouragement from our annual conference, we took this opportunity to begin worship online. A difficult process for everyone involved, but ultimately very successful. Today, families from all over the United States worship with us on Sunday mornings. Thank you.